Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulihi al-kareem. Wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam tasliman kathira. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا يرضى ثم أما بعد. I want to thank the brothers here Imam Abdullah وابنه حسن وأمثالهم للاستقبال لي ولأهله ولفرصة الطيبة لانتشار دعوة الله تبارك وتعالى كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم من لا يشكر الناس لا يشكر الله في حديث أخرجه أبي داود عن أنس ibn Malik رضي الله تعالى عنه وهو أصح عن أبي هريرة كذلك الحديث. After praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending salutations upon His noble and blessed Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I'd like to thank the administration here at the masjid in Whiteville, North Carolina, Imam Abdullah and his son Hassan for inviting me, the opportunity for me and my family to come to be involved in the spread of the Deen of Allah, the knowledge of Islam and the Sunnah. So we thank them, as the Prophet ﷺ, he said, whoever does not thank the people, then he has not thanked Allah. And the hadith recorded in the Sunan of Abi Dawood on the authority of Anas, and it's a stronger chain from Abu Hurairah. Tonight, inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala, I want to talk about the wisdom behind fasting and its obligation. The wisdom behind fasting and its obligation. الصوم يقولون العلماء معناها الإمساك. المعنى ماذا الإمساك؟ وفي الاصطلاح في الشرع الصوم بمعنى الإمساك عن كل مفترات في أوقات مخصوص في أيام مخصوص. The ulama, they say the word sawm, which they loosely translate as fasting, which it means more than that. The word sawm in Arabic, which is the topic of discussion, they said in the Arabic language it means imsak. Imsak means to refrain. To refrain, simply to refrain. So in this case it could mean refrain from a lot of things, such as Maryam, when she said, Inni nadartu lir-Rahman sawman, that I vow to ar-Rahman, which means the most merciful, meaning Allah, that I would sawm. She meant that she would not speak to anyone. So here the linguistic meaning we find in the Quran, sawm meaning yani to refrain, imsak, generally. And here Maryam, she used it to say that she would refrain from speaking. As it relates to the religious meaning, which comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and or His Messenger, then it means to refrain from the things that break the state of fasting at a specific time, at specific days. And so we understand that the fasting for the believer, the time and the day, is the statement of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala when He said in the book of in His noble book in Surah Al-Baqarah, قال عز وجل في كتاب الكريم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. فبدأ الله تبارك وتعالى بوصف على أن الذين خاطبهم الله تبارك وتعالى أنهم مؤمنون. أنهم ماذا مؤمنون, that they are the believers. So that's the first thing Allah He started with, addressing those people who was speaking to as believers. Then Allah He said, كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامِ. That means to refrain from the things that break your fast at a certain time on certain days. So here Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala He goes on to the days where He says أَيَّامًا مَعْدُودَاتٍ. So these are specific days that are itemized to be, as Allah mentioned in the next verse, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. أنزل فيه القرآن. The month of Ramadan, in that month it was revealed the Quran. So you see the meaning of Sawm, the meaning of refraining religiously from the book of Allah, certain days, certain times, meaning Ramadan, the days of Ramadan. And then Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala He said, وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَكُمْ وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَكُمُ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ ثُمَّ أَتِمُّوا الصِّيَامَ إِلَى اللَّيْلِ. Allah said, then eat and drink. Here is the particular time. Eat and drink until the white thread has been made clear from the black thread of the Fajr. Eat until the white thread has been made clear, distinct from the black thread of the Fajr. The ulama, they said this white thread is not a piece of thread. Like Mughayr ibn Shu'bah, the great companion, he thought that means take a white piece of thread and a black piece, put it under your pillow and keep looking. Raise your pillow and you look, lay it down. Raise your pillow and you look, lay it down. Keep raising your pillow, looking at the thread. When you can distinguish the thread, oh, that's the white one, then you stop eating. No, that's not the meaning. The ulama, they said, al-khaytul abyad, the white thread, they said this means nahar, the dawn nahar, the light that comes with the approaching of the nahar, which means daybreak. So when you look outside and it's dark, and if you're in places that you can see beyond trees and buildings, you can actually see the first beginning of Fajr. Although it's dark, you will see a very white thin line through the sky. That's the beginning of Khaytul Abda, the white thread. And then the dark thread is simply the darkness of the night before the Fajr comes. So Allah says, eat and drink until it is made distinct. Until you can tell, okay, it's white in the sky or it's becoming light in the sky. Then Allah said you stop and you complete your fast until late. Other times, the linguistic meaning, it is specific, and the religious meaning is general, but it also still gives you details about that general meaning that's linguistically. So sometimes the linguistic meaning is general, other times it's specific. Sometimes the religious meaning is general, other times it's specific. Here, the important point is to understand that Sawm, in the linguistic, the literal, general meaning means to refrain. And in the religious sense, it means to refrain from certain things at certain times and days that will break your fast. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala began with either by the age of 15, if none of those previously have occurred, and a specific case for the female the appearance of the hayd, menses. Then this is what makes a person baligh, yani mukhallif. Yani they are responsible to do certain things. So they say the person must be Muslim, aqilun, sane, balighun, pubit, qadirun. He must have the ability. Some people they don't because their bodies are weak. Like the one who's kabir fi sin. He's up in age, he's elderly to the point that going without eating and drinking would hurt him. He doesn't have the ability. Or like the one who's very sick, as they say, la yarju bur'u, la yarju bur'u. He doesn't expect to recover from that sickness ever. He remains sick until he dies. Then those people, they don't have the ability. And lastly, they say muqimun. The person must be at home, resident. Because for the one who's traveling, وَلَا يَجِبُ عَلَى الْمُسَافِرِ, it's not compulsory for the one who's traveling. فَلَهُ أَنْ يَخْتَارِ إِمَّا يعني ماذا أن يصوم أو إما أن يفطر. Either he keeps his fast, the traveler, or he breaks it. As for the one who's muqim meaning he's home, he's local, فَيَجِبُ عَلَيْهِ أَنْ يَصُومِ, then that person has to fast. So ثُمَّ كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامِ, has prescribed for you the fasting. كَمَا كُتِبَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ, as those before you, they used to fast. Al-Yahud, the Jews, they used to fast. Al-Nasara, the Christians, they used to fast. Sabiq, those the believers and the people before that had scripture, كَانَ عَلَيْهِمْ صَوْمٌ, Allah made it for them, they had to fast. لكن بارك الله فيكم ليس مثل صومنا, but the fast of theirs is not like our fast. Therefore, Tabarak wa Ta'ala say, كَمَا كُتِبَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ, like the people before you, they had a fast, but not the same. And this shows that, as the ulama say, وَلَا يَجِبُ عَلَى الْكَافِرِ, that it's not compulsory on the non-Muslim to fast. Why? Because Allah said, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ, or you believe fasting is upon you. أما الكفار فلا يجب عليهم صوم ولا يجب عليهم صوم. Then for the non-Muslim, fast is not upon them. Why? Who could tell me why it's not compulsory for the non-Muslim to fast?
It just said that Allah.
نعم يا أيها الذين آمنوا أقيموا الصلاة. نعم يا أيها الذين آمنوا أقيموا الصلاة, or you believe, establish the salah, وإيتاء الزكاة. Now, or you believe, establish the salah and pay the zakat. إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات, except those who believe and do righteous deeds. إلا الذين صبروا وعملوا الصالحات, except those who have sabr and do righteous deeds. والصبر من الإيمان, and patience is a branch of iman. So Allah never mentioned the action and then iman. Rather, iman then the action. Lima. Why? Because Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala will not accept the action of worship except from the believer. كما قال الله سبحانه وتعالى إن الله طيب ولا يقبل إلا الطيبات. Allah is the one who is the total good, and He only accepts that which is good. So your actions are not good except by iman. So Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala mentioned Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qabalu al-amr bis-sawm, mentioned the believers before the issue of sawm. Therefore the ulama, they agree, they all of them mention وَلَا يَجِبُ عَلَى الْكَافِرِ. It's not a Wisdoe al-Bukhariyu. Now, Muhammad is his name, but he's known as Bukhari because he's from the place يعني ماذا Bukhara. Now, this was his town, Bukhara. So it's Bukhari. Like I'm American from America, but I will be called Ameriki. A person is from Yemen, but will be called Yemeni. A person is from Mosul, from Egypt, we call Misri. Ya nisba ila makan or ila shay. The ya in the Arabic language is linked to something or a place. So Imam al-Bukhari, hadith is in Bukhari. It also comes in Kutub al-Sunan. Kutub al-Sunan, the people of Sunan, they collected the Sunan of the Prophet. Meaning, yani barakallahu fikum, Ibn Majah, starting at the back. And Ibn Majah is last. Is when you count the 4 books of the Sunan. If they say in the Khamsa, meaning the 5 books of the Sunan, then you add Imam Ahmad, the Musnad of Imam Ahmad, plus Abi Dawood, his Sunan, Thumma Sahih Sunan Jam' at-Tirmidhi, number 3. Then number 4, An-Nasa'i, An-Nasabuwi, Thumma Ibn Majah, gets waning. This is 5 books of Sunan. So when they say in Ashab al-Sunan, the people of the Sunan, they mean these books. If they say in the Arba, they mean the 4 collectors of the Sunan, starting with Abi Dawood, number 2, At-Tirmidhi, number 3, An-Nasa'i, and number 4, Ibn Majah. If they say in the Khamsa, that mean the 5, then you add Imam Ahmad over top of them. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. This excludes Muslim and Bukhari. Why? Because when you mention them, you say fi Sahihain, in the 2 Sahih. The first of them, the top of them, Bukhari and Muslim. Or you say Muttafaq alayhi, they are agreed upon. By who? The 2 Shaykhain, Bukhari and Muslim. So it's hadith in Bukhari, and it's in the books of Sunan, where the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, Man lam yadda'a qawl az-zur. Man lam yadda'a qawl az-zur. يشمل غيبة، يشمل شتم، يشمل ماذا التلبيس والختمان الحق والغش وغير ذلك. All of this is inclusive in qawl and zur. Qawl, again, speech. Zur, something false, something that's slander, something that's deceptive, something that is hiding the truth, something that's talbis, missing haq with batin. All of this is zur. And if you say, yeah, but you weren't there, but you're siding with your friend. I'm siding with my man on this one. He's thicker. Subhanallah. As the people that say, he's trustworthy. This is my man. If he say it, I'm riding with him because this is my people. I know my people. But if you didn't see it, you didn't hear it, then you cannot be a witness, because this is an example of qawl az-zur. Also, if it's something that's falsehood. Wallah, many of the people, a'udhu billah, in the Ramadan, they're watching Akhi Allah Musta'an, YouTube. Yani if it's Quran or muhadarat from somebody ma'ruf, min al-ma'rufin, min aqidat al-sahiha, manhaj al-salima. He's known to have proper aqidah and correct methodology. Then yes, you listen to him. But someone you're not sure, you don't know, okay, you listen to see what you hear. Everything good, labas. But if you hear him mention something that's wrong, khalas, at that point, qawl az-zur. You cannot listen to him anymore. So it's even in the name of religion, something that's still qawl az-zur. Yani if this is the religion, could be qawl az-zur in Ramadan. The Prophet said, "Man lam yadda'a qawl az-zur." If it doesn't leave this, then what about everything that's text to you in the text message, or everything that's on the Facebook, or everything that may be in one of the chat rooms or groups? Then for sure, it's going to be inclusive in the issue of qawl az-zur. كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كفى بالمرء إذا حدث كل ما سمع أن يكون ماذا أن يكون كاذبا. He said it is enough for a person if he narrates everything that he hear, that he be written down, that he be considered as a liar. Why? Because most of the people's speech is going to have some lie in it. And we don't mean he's intentionally lying necessarily. But the fact that he's mentioning something that he didn't witness, that he's not really a part of, is not his business, or something that really he's not sure, then it becomes qawl az-zur. So this is part of the wisdom of the fast. You leave these, as the Prophet said, "Man lam yadda'a qawl az-zur." Whoever does not leave false speech, false witness. وفي رواية was shahwat. And another narration in the books of Sunnah, the Prophet said shahwat. Normally, when you hear the word shahwat, it means sin. If you have shahwat, that could be in the halal, like bain al-zawjain. Bain al-zawjain hadith shahwat tayyibah. This is a good shahwat, that you have relation with your wife and not the girlfriend. Or as the brothers used to say 28 years ago when I became Muslim, they used to say, Ma malakat aymanakum. That verse, and what your right hands possess. So they were taught, if you see the girl in the street, you know how the brothers, they put some oil. Come here, sis. You want to try some of this oil? If you put your right hand on the girl's shoulder or grab her hand, you just possessed her with your right hand so you can have sex with her. A'udhu billah. Miskeen had that, wallah. And they were serious about this. They pulled the ayah to solidify this. Allah musta'an. So this is not good shahawat. This is sinful shahawat. But mostly when you hear shahawat mentioned like in this hadith, it means sin. Ma'asi, disobedience. Dhanb, that which is sinful. So a prophet mentioned, Man lam yada' qawl zur. Whoever doesn't leave falsity of all types, be it speech, being witness, some singing, something you watch, something you hear, kulla hadha qawl zur. All of this under the umbrella of zur. Tayyib. ثم قال وماذا والشهوات. Sin. Because the Prophet he mentioned ماذا حفظ المكاري حفظ مكاري ماذا بارك الله فيكم على الجنة وحفظ الشهوات على ماذا النار. That the Jannah has been surrounded by things that you dislike, but you got to be patient to stay away from it. You got to make a jihad of nafs. You got to work hard to make salat and guard your tongue. These are things that the soul doesn't like. Inna mada amaratul inna amaratul nafs bisu. Naam. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said that the soul is inclined towards evil firstly. So the Prophet said that the Jannah has been surrounded around these things, the difficult things against the nafs. That's why Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَحَنَّ عَنَ نَفْسَ هَوَى فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ مَاذَا مَأْوَى. And for the one who fears the standing in Yawm al-Qiyamah, seeing all of his sins there, standing before Allah on this magnificent day, the day that everyone will be afraid because the scene will be so horrific. That one who really fears that, then let him avoid his hawa, his shahawat, his desires to do bad. Why? Because that person, he will be the one who will earn Jannah to Ma'wa. So here in the hadith, Prophet said, what shahawat means the bad things. So you have qawl zur and shahwat. Stay away from sin. This even includes how you think about somebody. As we say all the time, have a good thought about your brother. Have good thought about your sister. Husnul dhanbi akhik. But it's not always possible. And sometimes you can't help but think bad because of what's in front of you. But here in Ramadan, you have to control yourself. Even if you think bad, force yourself to say something, think something good. Because this is part of shahawat, that you think bad about somebody. And a lot of times it's thinking bad, يؤدي إلى حسد أو يؤدي إلى الغضب إلى ماذا غضب أو يؤدي إلى الحسد والعين أعوذ بالله. Because sometimes thinking bad, it leads to being angry at the person, or it leads to a person having envy towards you, or it ends up in a person wishing something bad for you, the ayn. Prophet said, qawl zur, thumma ماذا الشهوات, sin. وكذلك في رواية والجهل, نعم, ignorance. And the third thing he mentioned in this hadith, jahl, ignorance. Then the Prophet he said, فإن ليس لله حاجة له أن يدع طعامه وشرابه. فإن ليس لله حاجة له أن يدعى طعامه وشرابه. Then Allah does not have any need. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned قُلْ وَاللَّهُ أَحَدْ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدْ. قُلْ اللَّهُ أَحَدْ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدْ. الله أحد. Allah Azza wa Jal أحد. وَلَيْسَ لَهُ شَرِيكٌ فِي الْمُلْكِ وَلَا فِي عِبَادَتِهِ. There's no association of partners in the dominion, the ownership, the kingdom of Allah, neither in the worship. Wallahu Samad. Allah is Samad. The ulama, they said the Samad here means, and Allah Azza wa Jal Ghaniyan an kulli shay, that the Lord of the great throne, Allah, He's in no need of anything. Allah Azza wa Jal, yani mada as-Samad. Samad means Allah does not need you. بل المعنى عكس. نحن محتاج لله سبحانه وتعالى. But the opposite is the meaning of Samad, that we're in need of Allah and Allah is not in need of us. As Allah Azza wa Jal said, Wallahu ghaniyun wa antumul fuqara. Allah is ghani. Everything is in the ownership of Allah. Everything is in His possession, in His hands. And all of you, all of His creation, you are fuqara, meaning dependent upon Allah. So here when the Prophet ﷺ said, when laysa lillahi haja, haja here doesn't mean Allah has a need. Here it means, as Shaykh Uthaymeen, he mentioned, لا يقبل الله تبارك وتعالى لا يرضى لا يرى لا يريد الله سبحانه وتعالى منكم أن يدع طعامكم وشرابكم. That Allah does not want from you, Allah does not intend from you, Allah is not pleased at you, Allah will not accept from you that you just leave simply your food and your drink while you're still doing qawl and zuhr, while you're still doing sin shahawat, while you're still doing jahal. كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في حديث سبق علينا أمس في الدرس, we took yesterday on the dars, أخرجه إمام الترمذي فقال حديث صحيح. So this hadith is sahih. والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال في هذا حديث وحديث أخرجه إمام الترمذي عن عبد الله ابن مسعود. He said, كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول رغم أنف رجلا, may the nose of a man be spited. يدخل عليه رمضان وسلك عليه ولم يكفر له ذنوبه كما قال. May the nose of a man be spited. And this is a term that Arabs used to say to show great regret of something. Like Tabarak wa Ta'ala said about the disbelievers. They will say on the day of judgment, Ya laytani kuntu turaba, if only I could be dirt. Because the bull who had horns who rammed the cow, the heifer who didn't have horns, or the ganam, qaranan, the goat that had horns who rammed the goat that didn't have horns. This is wrong for him in this life. يوم القيامة يجزيه. Who will get his reward on the day of judgment? What's his reward? Allah will allow him to do that back to that animal on the day of judgment. ثم صار هؤلاء يعني ماذا البهيمة الأنعام صار تراب. Then those cattle, those animals, they will turn into dust, dirt. لأن ليس لهم مكان في الجنة ولا في النار, because they don't have a place in the Jannah, neither do they have a place in the hellfire. Not like the Jehovah Witness, the giraffes and the monkeys and everything will be in Jannah. SubhanAllah. Orangutan and snakes. La hawla. So the kuffar standing looking at that, along with all of the creation of Allah, they're going to say, woe unto me, very regretful to myself on this day. Woe unto me, meaning hell, I'm going to hell. Very regretful I am of this day. If only I could be dirt. I could be like them. Likewise, the statement, Ragima, Anfa Rajulan. May the nose of a man be spited. It's like that. It's a regretful statement. Prophet said, may the nose of a man be spited who he lives to see Ramadan. The month it comes in and it leaves, and he does not have any sins forgiven by Allah. Allah musta'an. Imagine all of the opportunity that Allah gives you in this month. Somebody is going to witness the month leaves, and he has no deeds forgiven. That means he didn't do anything but either qawlun zur, ash-shahawat, or jahl, or kada, or kada, or kada. He didn't do anything. While in normal circumstances, Allah forgives you out of His mercy, if He wills, or you do the punishment. May Allah protect us from the punishment in this life and the hereafter. Ameen. We should say Ameen. Ameen. But this is special. Allah can forgive you, but He give you all the opportunities you can do something and be forgiven. That happens in no other month like Ramadan. And you leave the month after coming in, and Allah didn't forgive you for anything. You didn't do anything but the things that the Prophet told you should leave. Wallahu musta'an. So this is the issue of the importance of Ramadan. The hikmah to Ramadan. وهو المقصود التقوى أن ينال الشخص التقوى من صيامه ومن قيامه ومن أعماله الصالحان. That the person, he achieves out of it taqwa, from his fasting, from his standing, from his good deeds. As the Prophet told him, he said, من صام رمضانا إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Whoever fasts in the month of Ramadan, أخرجه Bukhari Muslim, in the Bukhari Muslim. Here again, Allah began with Yani Iman. He said Iman. Whoever fasts Ramadan Imanan. Because a person can say, well, I'm just going to fast. Like when I was in college back in 89, 90. One of my classmates used to fast. And she said, yeah, I like Ramadan. I always fast when it comes. I like your religion. I'm almost done. She was not Muslim. She was fasting. Not eating and drinking, that part. But she still did the other things. She didn't believe that you have to do it. She just did it because she was sympathetic towards it. She didn't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're the one who says, I believe in this, I believe in that, and they pick things from the religion they believe in. They say, but I don't believe I should have to fast. No. And this hot heat, no. I don't believe God is that cruel. He's a merciful God. Your God is merciful, right? Allah musta'an. Aw shakhsun yusum riya'an. Or a person he fasts to be seen from the people, because when they're at home he's eating. Allah musta'an. Waliyadu billah. Without an excuse. He's not sick, so his sickness allows him. He's not feeble, where he can't fast. It's too much for him. She's not breastfeeding, thinking that it and feeling that it will hurt the baby or her if she fasts. She's not on her menses, which the lady has no regard for fasting or praying while on her menses. She's not pregnant, fearing that fasting would hurt the baby or herself, so she has an excuse to not to fast. And shakka alayha yaksha ala tifli fi badniha. She fears for herself or the baby in her stomach. She has an excuse in the law with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not like that. He's eating at home. No excuse. But if he comes to the masjid a half hour before breakfast, he's going to sit. He's not going to drink any water. If someone give him some dates, he's not going to eat a date and say, I'm not fasting, jazakallah khair. He's going to wait, look around like he's fasting. ثم عند أذان الله أكبر الله. Then he's going to take his date as if he's fasting from the people. Allah musta'an. هذا ليس صوم لله. This is not fasting for the sake of Allah to get the reward. So you have two parts of the hadith. Man sama Ramadan iman. The first one, believing that he has to, that it's an obligation. You can say, I'm fasting, but it's not on me. I can do it or not do it. You have to believe that fasting is on you. Unless you have a valid excuse, and those valid excuses still show that fast is upon you, because you have to do the ultimate things instead of fasting. Wahtisaban, you're doing it in obedience to Allah, loving to do it because Allah told you, hoping for the reward. As the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Ajjilu ila fitra, rush to break your fast. This is one of the meanings of wahtisaban, seeking the reward. Because one of the rewards is when it's time, you're rewarded in this life by eating and drinking. After you were fasting, staying away from eating and drinking. Alam hada min al-jaza. Naam. Is this not a reward? Oh, alhamdulillah. It's a reward. Ni'mah. Barakatan. That's why Prophet, he said, rush to break the fast. وفي رواية خالف اليهود والنصارى عجلوا إلى فترة خالف اليهود والنصارى, which is in the Bukhari and Muslim. He said, be different from the Jews and the Christians. Rush to break your fast. Why did he say be different from the Jews and the Christians in the first part of the hadith? Hassan.
They used to prolong it, try to fast all night or on that level.
MashaAllah. Barakallah fi. They used to prolong it. That's better. Don't say fast all night.
Yeah,
they used to prolong it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. They used to wait until it was dark. Hatta the whole